Hello everyone. If you're planning on towing a trailer with your Tesla Model Y, then you're going to need trailer wiring. It is required by the law. Now let's take a look at how to complete this universal wiring installation. You will need the following tools or supplies to complete this installation. Due to the facelift on the Model Y, the light functions are now in the light bar that is in the tailgate. So for that reason, we are going to be doing our installation in the tailgate. We typically get our 12-volt power for the Tesla Model Y from an adapter that is unused underneath the bumper. I'm going to show you how to get that same power circuit, but from inside the vehicle, so you can do it even with the fascia on. We'll get to that later on. Begin by removing this section from the top of the tailgate first. Now remove 2 hidden trim clips using a flathead screwdriver. There is one on either side. Continue removing the tailgate trim. Disconnect the electrical harness from the interior lighting. For this installation, I will be utilizing the new back probe kit that we had added to the EPC recently. Hitch Pros, if you do not have this, I recommend you order one from the part number on the screen. So here is where our tail light wire circuit comes in, and this will be the adapter that we will be testing. Now insert the back probe into a port between the plastic and the wiring insulation. You can either test them individually or you can insert multiple probes and test all at once. Now use your wire tester to test for the appropriate signals and write them down. We have found right turn on this red wire. We found left turn on this red wire. We found the brake signal on the yellow wire. And we found the running lights on the purple wire and on this teal wire up here. You must always test the circuits yourselves because colors during builds can change from various factories or times of production. So you need to test to find your signals. Because of the shortness of the wiring on the universal kit, I'm going to take an extra length of wiring to be able to route from the tailgate down into the trim where we will hide the converter box. Use a sharp object to cut the tape around the wiring, giving you area to apply the tap-ins. A quick tech tip about the tap-in component. The blue ones can be squeezed, lowering the gauge that they can safely grab. With red tap-ins, the bar simply needs to be changed to align the skinnier gauge side on the vehicle side. We can now install our extra length of wire using the tap-ins. This is a 3-wire system, so we're going to use the white for the brake signal, brown will be running, and yellow and green will be our left and right turn. Firmly hold your signal wire into position while you clamp the bar to make sure both wires are tapped. Give it a good wiggle test and close the lid. Repeat for the remaining signal wires. Once you've installed the extra length of wire, it may be a good idea to test to make sure the tap-ins are good before moving forward. Now use some electrical tape to help secure the tap-ins closed and bundle up all the wiring and tap-ins. We're now ready to remove some more interior trim to install the converter box. So for now, I'm going to just kind of stuff this out of my way. Remove the 2 interior floorboards. Remove the rear trim panel. Remove the side wheel well trims. Remove 2 trim clips from the rear threshold. There's one on either side. Now lift out the trunk pan. Remove these supporting trims. There's one on each side. 2 more trim clips for the side trims, one on each side. We are going to need to slightly remove this center roof trim. That will give us access to route the wire through and back down. Next, I will fully release the passenger side trim, giving me access to hide the converter box, make all my wire connections and ground, and route the power wire over. Once released, we need to fold 2 pieces of the trim up to get it out of the cubby. Now, route your extra length of wire down to the side passenger trim area. Use zip ties to secure it along the way. Loosen the rubber grommet for the tailgate so we can pass the wiring through the vehicle tailgate. Pass the wiring through the tailgate and back out. Tape your wiring to the end of a long tool like a screwdriver to pass it through the grommet. Pass the wiring through the vehicle body, reach in to grab it and make a U-turn back out of the vehicle's body. Be sure never to pull the wiring against a sharp metal edge. Go ahead and reinsert the grommet now that we're through. Be sure to get the wiring over these 2 mounting studs to the passenger side. Pass the wiring behind the foam and down into the passenger side cubby. Use zip ties to secure the wiring along the way. We can now connect the converter box to our extended length of wire. You are going to need butt connectors and they are not included with the kit. Use these butt connectors to connect the extended length of wire to the converter box, matching yellow, green, and brown, and matching the extra white from the extended length to the red on the converter box. If you use heat shrink butt connectors, be sure to melt the heat shrink. Use the provided double-sided tape to secure the converter box out of the way. Mount your grounding wire to this existing grounding point. Use a 10mm socket to remove the fastener. Place the ring terminal over the fastener and re-secure it. Next up, install your fuse holder and power wire. The fuse holder comes connected fully, so choose an area to cut it. Connect the provided power wire to the fuse holder and converter box. Pass the power wire to the driver's side of the vehicle. Before we can remove the trim out of the way, there is a seat switch that we need to unplug. The plug-in is right here in the trim. There is no tab. It just simply clicks in. Give it a good pull. Now lift the driver's side trim out of position. The wire on the 12-volt adapter has enough length to remain plugged in. Now let's take a look at the tow adapter power wire that is unused and where it comes into the vehicle so you don't need to remove the fascia. Remove a little tape to expose the wiring. There are 2 14-gauge red wires and 1 12-gauge red wire. This is the wire we're going to test and confirm for a 12-volt signal. I'm going to be using a large gauge tap-in to get power from that wire. If you do not have one of these, you can cut the wire and butt connector to it. Double check your wiring and make sure you have power at your fuse holder. Use some electrical tape to secure any tap-ins that you haven't already secured. Use some zip ties to secure the wiring, and let's get it all put back together. Don't forget to plug the switch back in. Make sure you do not pinch the power wire while returning trim pieces. When choosing what to do with your 4-flat connector, you can route it to underneath the bumper and mount it on a bracket, or you can leave it in the trunk and keep it protected from the elements. It can be stretched out to your accessories, and the weather stripping on the tailgate will protect it. If you want it mounted on a bracket under the bumper, the best way out is our previously accessed grommet for the power wire. You will again need extra wire to extend the length of your 4-flat connector, and it can be passed out that grommet and routed to under the bumper. Give yourself a small loop of wire with the fuse holder so that it can be left in the trunk. The included dust cover can be used as a reusable tie. Return the tailgate trim, remembering to plug it back in. Now insert the provided 15-amp fuse. That concludes trailer wiring for your Tesla Model Y. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to practice safe trailering, and I can't wait to see you out there. If you have any questions about the products seen in this video, or if you'd like to schedule an installation with your local U-Haul hitch professional, please visit us online at uhaulhitches.com. You can also download the U-Haul app using the link in the description for even more ways to manage your hitch and towing needs.